Those I haven't seen Joe much lately. He's bouncing a lot.
Morning, Daddy.
Morning, Danny.
Morning, good rare. Good morning.
We're still too good. Everything got good with the fan?
Yes, we're leaving for Key West in 2 days. I'm trying to make sure they're all. I'm putting my 19 and my 21-year-old in charge, so.
We just had 3 of our grandkids, thank God. The other grandma took them.
And I'm okay with it. It's been a little too chaotic.
Nice.
They are good.
Nice.
They're both teachers, so they deserve their time
Yes,
away.
yes, definitely. Girl, boy.
What's this? Every light switch?
Oh, my
Yeah,
none of them were like.
I can stay on top of it.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's a pain when they're little like that.
Larry, is that the last?
Yeah.
They had their shirt together all
Sarah.
Right. Right. I'm tired. My youngest is 17, and I'm already just like checked out. Please don't. I'm done. I've been saying that for years. When I'm done, I'm done. Yes. Get started.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Stressful problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
You submitted it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The three old, they listen. And then the bad young, the youngest stepdaughter, she's a oh, yeah. Oh, I told them like, because he's been 15 and 6 months. And they're like, your school, that's your problem. That's your life. If you want to find out about this.
You have staff.
I said, no, no, no.
We do have a form. Would you please stand for the pledge and a prayer if you choose to. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Almighty God, grant us wisdom, grant us patience, grant us your wisdom that we move forward with issues that they come out the way you want them to, Lord, that they're beneficial to our people and to you. We ask these things in Christ's name. Amen. Amen. If you haven't signed in out front, please do so. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes.
Approved as submitted.
Second.
Move to second. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. And opposed, motion carries. Claims to be paid. Christopher Burke, 14,196.25.
Move to approve that payment.
Second.
Move to second. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. Next is total fees, drain maintenance, $3,307.50.
Move to be paid.
I'll second that. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. Acceptance of the auditor's report for the same month. Thank you.
Second.
Move to second. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. First item on the agenda is preliminary approval. Are we preliminary approving a continuance?
That's just, they're in a preliminary stage.
We're just acknowledging it.
Yeah.
It's continued.
Oh.
You've already continued it. I just kept it on the agenda to let
So
you know.
Insight Engineering present?
No, they won't be here.
They are moving dirt on the site, but I assume that's the pipeline putting the dirt over the pipe.
That's been the struggle on this project, is the pipeline.
So actually, we
It's
just
an
need to
FYI.
approve the
Just an
okay.
FYI.
Information only. Okay, next
So
is
do we need an approval to continue?
It was continued to the 14th, so.
S1326 Auburn Ridge Banning Engineering.
Here you go, Parker. I've got it, I already got it back on the
Okay.
aerial.
Give your name and.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Parker Mays, Bang Engineering, 853 Columbia Road, Suite 101 in Plainfield.
There
Yep.
you go.
So I'm here today to present Auburn Ridge West. This is an 88 lot subdivision going directly west of the existing Auburn Ridge. Here's Auburn Ridge. Here's our project area right in here. Have the presentation whenever you get a chance. Drainage typically comes across our site. We've got some offsite that comes through. Pull this up so you guys can see a visual. Okay, here's the site. We've got a northern portion, southern portion. We've got a creek that runs and kind of splits this down the middle. Here's the existing Auburn Ridge, as I was mentioning. Next one, please. Here's our existing basin map. Quite a bit of offsite stuff that will come through the site, through the creek. Down here's what we will be collecting for our allowable. Up here as well, which will drain into, we've got a proposed pond down here. And we've got the existing pond from section 1 that this northern portion will drain into. And here, as you can see, is our map for the development. Like I said, this southern portion.
I'm sorry.
You're
done, Parker.
Southern portion goes into this proposed pond here on outlet to the east. Northern portion will go into this existing pond, which was sized to take this offsite.
Do you all remember the Parker drain?
The Henry Parker? Is this one?
Yeah. It stops here at 500. Do you remember when we redid this?
Yes,
And then it outlets through here.
yes.
And then,
That's where you guys farm
yeah.
Linton's, Tom farms Tucker's, right?
And then this is Tilden Terrace, which is also a regulated drain. So that's why they're here. This is being annexed into Brownsburg, but their outlet is into a regulated drain into the county. So that's why they're here today.
Well, at one time, the Henry Parker just ended.
It does. It ends
Then the
here.
water just, where's it go then?
It goes down this stream that they're gonna outlet into.
Yeah,
Meanders
meanders.
through that wood, so you're
It
Yes.
gonna,
does.
you're gonna make a channel to get rid of it, or clean the woods up, or?
That's a question for Parker.
We are not planning on touching this woods. We are discharging down to that pond and coming out here, and there's this existing pond here that we'll be tying into, which has an outlet down here to that creek.
How do you know where the outlet is?
This one down here,
Yeah.
that's existing. I think that right there, I believe, is a drop structure, which was built with this existing section.
So are you did you describe some retention and detention over here?
Yes, yeah, so we've got a proposed pond. Dave, can you scroll down just a touch, please?
Yeah. Let's bring it back to your PowerPoint.
That works too.
Okay. Go for it.
So this down here, where you can see this will be a proposed pond, which will outlet over this way. There's an easement back through the lots back here that we'll be outletting to here, yep. And then that north portion will go into that existing pond in Auburn Ridge, which was sized to take all this northern portion originally.
I don't have a problem with this, but that water, that's just gonna be a sponge right there. That water just gonna go in there and just.
That's why it's woods.
It's some
Yeah.
wetlands anyway.
Is it
so,
wetlands? Okay. Well, it'll be really wet now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, you've seen the recommendation from the surveyor is that this is for preliminary only, for preliminary approval.
Move for approval, S 1326 in preliminary form.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And none opposed. Just tread lightly in there.
We'll keep an eye on them.
Yeah. Next is S 0726,
I'll give it
Terra Site Development.
the aerial
Morning.
up.
I'm Greg Dempsey with Terrace Site Development.
Address, please.
571 Monon Boulevard, Carmel, Indiana.
Thank you.
If you need that.
Thank you.
It's up there if you want to show them. It's,
Yeah, there we go. This is the site right here, 1250 Northfield. That's part of the overall master plan enterprise business park. As a part of that park, there's several detention ponds. There's this long skinny one here. This pond is actually where our runoff will go to initially.
This is the Quinn drain. So this is just south of I-74.
Yeah.
These are all the warehouses, Northfield Drive. This is the only empty lot, I think, left.
I think so.
Yeah.
But there's a 48-inch line that runs along the east side of our property, and we will be tying into that. Prior to connecting to that, we'll be providing water quality. And that pipe, I believe, goes into this pond.
It does.
And then that pond
It does.
connects to the one to the south, and then from there, it ties into the Quinn.
Yep. Down in here, right there. It comes down to here and then it goes over under the railroad tracks, under 136, and meanders around to 900. Yeah. Do you want to see the project? Please see it?
Sure.
Okay.
He was backed up all the way, like, over the 74.
Yes.
There you go.
So this would be it's about a 40,000 square feet warehouse flex space use. This is that existing 48-inch line that we're tying into. This is our storm connection, and then we've got our water quality unit right there. And then the one pond that we were talking about is right here.
What size is your pipe that's tying into the 48?
I believe that's a 24-inch.
That it?
That's it.
You've heard the presentation and recommendations for preliminary and final for SO 726. Chair will entertain a motion.
Move for approval, preliminary and final.
Second. Been moved and second for further discussion. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. Can I go back just a minute? They're
The
fine.
aerial.
On the Henry Parker, is that gonna have any chance of adversely affecting?
No,
The
because
farm?
we're down, it's downstream. It's actually not, the Henry Parker kind of ends at that county road.
So it'll still be okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I needed.
We're not impacting upstream
Thank
at
you.
all.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
All right, next is S 1226 McDonald's. Ask for continuance. Chair will entertain a motion.
Move to grant continuance.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries. Next, SO 626 Walmart, Avon. Ask for continuance. Chair will entertain a motion.
Move for continuance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. Next is Pittsburgh Cruise Consulting.
Good morning. Dale Cruz, Cruise Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon. And I'm here this morning on behalf of Dan Keers. Dan owns this property in the west side of Pittsburgh, northeast corner of Mitchell and 136. This long years ago was a Carter lumber site. And there's an area, there's two areas actually, that Dan wants to build on, the only last two areas that he'd even have a building on, I think, of this parking lot right here, this stone parking lot. He's gonna turn that into an 80 by 100 foot 2-unit office warehouse style type leasable space building right there. And then a 50 by 128 foot building down here that's similar in use. It'll actually outlet to this parking lot, won't have a direct connection to 136. But that building will sit here, and then this building will sit here. Drainage for this property basically drains to the north to the legal drain that's right back here. And we're essentially turning an area of rock into a rooftop. And then years ago, this actually was parking lot area for, when it was 84 lumber, that was actually stone area there. We're gonna spray Roundup and get rid of the grass, and the stone will reappear. Carter lumber, yeah.
You said 84.
Oh, yeah. Carter, 84, Carter lumber. So that's it. The request is for approval to build two office warehouse buildings on this property.
We just look at the
I
impacts.
know
to our
this really
regular
well.
drain.
The drainage should be no problem here. So Chair will entertain a motion.
Move for approval in preliminary final format.
Second.
Moved and seconds for further discussion. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Next is Stillmere, Manning Engineering again.
Do I need to introduce myself again? State my name. Parker Mays, Bang Engineering, 853 Columbia Road, Suite 101 in Plainfield. This one is Stillmere Acres. This will be right here. We're looking at this parcel here. Existing drainage typically comes from the west, east across the site is farm field, down into the Mallard Crossing subdivision. We will have a proposed pond going in here, which will outlet down into Mallard Crossing through a couple drainage easements tying into that section. This project here will all be 1.5 acre or larger homes, estate-style homes. Thank you, Dave. Okay, yep. Here's Brownsburg. Here's our project location. Here's Maloney Road. 24 single-family lots, as I mentioned. They will all be private well and septic systems. And the site is 52 acres of existing farm field. Here's our existing drainage. Come in west-east into Mallard Crossing.
It goes to Mallard Crossing now,
Correct.
so we're
Correct.
not adding anything.
Correct. Sorry. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
And then here's our developed drainage area. Pretty much everything will be drained into this wet pond here, which will then be coming down along the east side of the property line here, outletting into the existing Mallard Crossing.
We have reviewed the Mallard Crossing pond to make sure it was designed to take this. We're at a preliminary stage, but I wanted to let you know we did look at the Mallard Crossing subdivision
Thank you.
and drainage.
Is the Mallard Crossing HOA responsible for maintaining that pond, or is that a county drain?
It's a HOA if they have it, yeah. It's a regulated drain till it gets to the pond. We don't maintain the ponds. HOAs maintain the ponds themselves.
So help me out, the tile that keeps the aquifer low enough. So is there gonna be enough tile system to keep the water down below the septic level
Yeah,
there?
in the backyards for all the septic systems, we have subsurface drain around each of the septic systems, which then outlets into the storm system.
Okay,
So each of those septic fields will have its own subsurface drain that ties into the storm system.
okay.
Yep.
Some of these lots will probably have to have a mound system,
Few of them, yeah.
which is because the water table is pretty high
That-
in some of the areas. But
Yes.
they've done soil analysis on each lot, so they know what that is. They know where the water table is on each lot. They'll do it again when they come in with building permits. The health department will require that for private systems,
Well-
not unlike any plot plan that comes in.
So will the health department make the determination whether it's a mound system or not?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, so right now we've done, I think, 3 soil borings for each proposed location. But when we go back and we've not done final design, that'll all get done when the final plat is recorded.
okay.
So right now, it's just preliminary soil borings and looking at
So everybody's
soils.
aware of that, right?
What's that?
Everybody's aware
Yes,
that
sir.
they may have to have a mound system.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We've made that very clear in staff and TAC meetings.
How many of the homes have to have
Mound system, we're not sure at this point which ones.
preliminary? Do you
Yeah.
know which
I-
ones have you thought might need it?
I think there were around 5 to 8 of them, depending on what final design shows.
There was less than 10.
Yeah,
But I didn't know the exact number.
but we've got plenty of area back there that they can move around and.
Sounds like you have it under control, but I'm not a big fan anymore of well and septic. This much concentration, but
Neither is Tim.
it sounds like they might. be able
From a
to-
drainage perspective, drainage here, they have an outlet. And so, yeah, that's what I'm concerned with.
And that outlet goes to Fishback Creek, to Eagle Creek.
It goes under Raceway, the golf course I think is still there. Once it goes into Marion County, because, those are good questions.
No, that's all north of the.
Yeah.
That's all north of the golf course.
This is,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, they don't invite me to play on their golf course, so. Okay, there's the golf course down there.
Their tee boxes.
Yeah. I don't remember, as it goes under Marion County, I don't know what happens, Jack.
The closest natural drain is Fishback.
Is it? Okay.
Well, you've scouted the elevations then, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion. The Surveyor's Office is recommending approval, preliminary approval.
Move for approval of MAP 760 in its preliminary form.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. And none opposed. Be careful.
This moves it forward at least.
Yeah.
Next, MAP 763, that's Banning Engineering as well.
My name is Parker Mays, Bang Engineering, 853 Columbia Road, Suite 101, Plainfield. Last project of the day for me is Legacy Trace, which is shown this parcel here.
Southwest of Danville.
Yep. And existing drainage comes east to west across the site. We have a little bit of offsite from the north that's coming under the road and a couple culverts. We are proposing, I think that's 15 lots on this one. It's kind of similar to Stillmer. You've got acre-and-a-half sites or larger.
I can pull it up for you.
Yep, perfect. There will be a proposed pond on the west side, collecting all the drainage for this project, which will then be outletting to the west. Here's Danville. Project's down southwest of Danville along County Road 100 South. Again, acre-and-a-half sites or larger, 15 for this. Again, will be private well and septic systems, and the site is 35.5 acres of existing farm field.
Is this down near Hadley?
It's sort of in between. It's not too far away from Danville, about a mile southwest of Danville.
Some small offsite coming from the north under the county road, like a couple culverts over there that we will, when we do final design, we'll be collecting that. And then you want to go next one, please, Dave? And then here's our developed basins. Again, for this one, same with Stillmere, you will have subsurface drains in all of the septic fields to capture any water and keep the water table low. And then here's our proposed pond, which will then be outletting to the west.
The one thing that they will need to do is, and I think they've got a meeting scheduled, is talk to the people, the outlet to the west, because it's outletting right here.
Yep.
And it meanders to a, these blue lines are off the USGS. There's streams, designated streams. So the water's leaving here and getting to here. And so I've told them preliminarily, you need to talk with these.
Isn't there a lot of natural topographical elevation changes?
On this one, yeah, this one is, there's quite a bit. I think from east side to west side, it's like 10, 15 feet, something like that. There's quite a bit of fall on this one.
There's kind of a meandering
Yeah, there's
swell here.
Yep.
But I definitely want them to talk with these neighbors about this because, right now it's sheet flow going through there. Now they're going to collect it and outlet it. So those property owners need to be aware and on board.
Yep. And we'll work with them to determine where they want that easement. I know that's just not something we've done at this point with it being preliminary.
Right, have a conversation.
Correct. I believe the owners had conversations with them and then, like Dave said, meeting, I think next week or coming up here in the future to discuss a little further.
And as you'll know, they're recommending, the office is recommending approval for preliminary only, so we will get to see the.
Yeah, preliminarily, and then let them talk
Chair will
with the
entertain a
neighbors.
motion.
Move to approve MAP 763 for preliminary approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? There are none opposed. Motion carries. Next, DPR 532, Studio A.
Max, you're on stage. It's-
Morning, Max Mauser with Studio A, offices at 9511 East 96th Street, Indianapolis 46256. Here seeking preliminary and final approval for DPR 532, Building 6 at I-70 West, Commerce Park. The property is approximately 47 acres, sits right here.
Do y'all know where we're at?
Yep.
Okay.
This being State Road 39 is over here, Innovation Boulevard, 1000 South, and then I-70.
Which one you want me to bring up?
It depends if you want the site plan or just the aerial.
It's the aerial.
It's the aerial then, yep, that one.
That's what I'm.
So that's the site. This portion of the project is owned by this building, which is the same owner as the rest of the park. It's just under a different name. So the year before last, we went through and redid this east end, created a truck trailer parking guard shack at this end of the site as this property will be transferred to the Building 6 site. With the property currently, there's a pond proposed at the north, south. It's an all-pipe system. The building is about 660,000 square feet, and it sets in line east-west, the same as this building. All drains south to this ditch right here. We've met all of Dave's requirements for hydraulics and all the water's on site. We own everything. And it drains across the ditch that's on our property to the south as well.
Oh, so you own what's south of the road too?
Yes.
So the neighbors, do you have any neighbors there that are
We have.
impacted at all?
No. These are the closest and these people. And we've worked with all of them and discussed it in the past, but
Okay.
yeah, there's no,
Okay.
we're not impeding any drainage on anyone. It all sheet drains just to that culvert for our site. It crosses under 1,000 right there.
The office is recommending preliminary and final approval. Chair will entertain a motion.
Also move approval.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of this motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, there are none opposed, motion carried.
Thank you.
MIP 1213 has been withdrawn. Do we need to have a motion for that, to accept that?
I would like
Okay.
that.
Chair will entertain a motion to accept the withdrawal.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There are none opposed, motion carries. Next, We need a motion for continuance for MAP 762.
So moved.
Second, moving second, those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those and none opposed, motion carries. Next is MIP 1219, Dale Cruz.
Hello again, Dale Cruz, Cruz Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon. And I'm here this morning on behalf of Bennett family requesting approval of a 3-lot minor plat. It's actually,
Okay.
it's right here.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
This is our property right here. It's just a little north of Wexford on County Road 50 East. There's an existing home and barns on this property. The idea is to make it into 3 lots, which would be 1 lot here, basically 1 lot here, and then a lot around the existing home. These are fairly deep ravines that run through this property. Perimeter drain outlets won't be a problem on this one at all because those ravines are super deep. Yeah, there you go. So super deep ravines, and everything drains into the ravines and then drains west of the property. That's it.
As you can see, there's no regulated drain, and the Surveyor's Office is recommending approval for both preliminary and final. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved and second. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There are none opposed, motion carries. Dale Cruz, MIP 1120.
For the record, Dale Cruz, Cruz Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon. And this property, we're here on behalf of the owner, the Murphy family. This property is 400 east. It's right here. So it's this triangular shaped piece of property right here. It's at the intersection of 400 east and 450 north. This is the Vino Trail now. And the goal here is to divide this property into 3 lots. There used to be, years ago, there was a home here. It's since been demolished and removed. It's gone. And so the idea here is to make this property into 3 lots also. So there'll be a lot here at the corner, and then a second lot to the south of it, and then a third lot that's the remaining triangular shaped piece. These 2 lots will share a driveway here, and then this lot will have its own driveway coming off of 450. Drainage goes to the ditch that runs along Vino. There's a culvert pipe that goes under 400 right here, which is where our perimeter drain outlets will go into that culvert pipe. Well, the rain we've had in the last month or so seems to drain well. This doesn't stand water and it gets away. So that's where we're taking our perimeter drain outlets to, is this corner right here.
The elevations work?
Okay, barely.
I was gonna say.
You're starting on surface and going to subsurface?
We're starting yes, we're starting at the outlet of this culvert. Whatever the elevation of that culvert pipe is right there, the existing pipe, and run them in the ground as quickly as possible. And to your point, we had to do a second set of soil borings on this southern lot because the first set, there we guessed where we wanted them to be, and our perimeter drain outlet wasn't deep enough. So we had to go west to get to a higher elevation.
That's because it's flat and low. That's you guys, right up there. That's Tom over here.
Yeah, but no, the Murphy, he has cleaned that lot up a lot.
Yeah.
It was very overgrown. There's an old barn. The property looks really nice now.
It does. It looks better, but it is flat. Office is recommending preliminary and final. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moving second, is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There are none opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Dale Cruz again, MRP 168.
One more time for the record, Dale Cruz, Cruz Consulting, 7384 Business Center Drive in Avon. In this property, I'm here on behalf of John Lazario, the owner of this land. Right here, it's almost at the upper end of Washington Street. This is Washington Street, 450 north, and then 500 north is just up here, just off the screen. John owns this L-shaped parcel, he owns this parcel, he owns this parcel. But our mission today is to create a 1-lot MRP out of this parcel here. There's a building site down here in the corner. This is an old barn right here. So there's a building site down here in this corner that John would like to build a home on. And we're gonna separate out of this parcel essentially about an 8-acre piece that's this piece right here. And most of it's floodplain. There's a lot of floodplain on this parcel. This is a county regulated drain here. And our building site is down here out of the floodplain. Yeah, so this is our building site, septic systems up here in this corner, and outlets perimeter drain into that creek.
The office is recommending preliminary and final. This is on John Barnett, regulated drain. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There none opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Next is MIP 1221, Torrey Pine Consulting.
Kevin Studley, Torrey Pine Consulting, here for Dave and Angela Lewis, presenting a 2-lot minor plat on State Road 39, just south of Liz.
There it is, okay. Tri-West High School is right here, so we're down here. Yeah. Which one you want?
Probably for the purpose of drainage, go with the development plan. All right, so they own the parcel to the east, and then this is a vacant parcel that they've had for as long as they've owned the house, and it was split off in the 50s, I believe. And this driveway feeds their house. It's been there forever. That is the high point. So the roadside drainage goes to the north and grabs the legal drain. This roadside drainage kind of goes south, and then right about at the south end of this plat kind of falls off. There are several tiles. Something happens in here that does cause a split. You've got a riser here to an old concrete tile, and then you've got 2 risers up here side by side. There's a 6-inch and then a 4-inch. Actually, I think it's an 8-inch and a 4-inch, but basically everything sheet flows that doesn't come off the road into the ditch. Everything kind of sheet flows through to the east, gets into these. Mother Nature blessed us with plenty of hard rain this year, so I was able to dye test both of these. This one goes off to the north and a little bit more easterly, and it does outlet to the legal drain in a large corrugated metal pipe. I believe it's 18 inches, a little tough to get to. It's kind of way down in there. And then these 2 go to the north, and then there's a small little intermittent stream that crosses under, I forget the name of the plat now, just to the north of it. There's a little minor plat to the north of it. It outlets to an intermittent stream, and then that open access is into the legal drain under. There's a private drive up there.
The John Tharp, which drains into the Ross.
Yep. So it was, I think it was 10 or 12 minutes from the time that the dye went in. It was trucking back in the, when I dye tested them. But so it's a pretty straightforward 2 residential lots. They're kind of entering the phase of life where they're starting to think about retirement. This is an opportunity for them to take some land that they probably aren't going to develop at their stage in their life. So basically the risers are here and here. This riser goes this direction, and then somewhere it goes, and actually it splits the house at the barn, and it outlets right here.
Is that a legal tile or just private tile?
Private, and then this one goes to this point, and then right here's that little intermittent stream, and it pops under the driveway, and then it enters that.
Okay, the office is recommending preliminary and final. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there further discussion?
Kevin, you said that outlet goes in between the house and the barn. If something happens there and you have to have a secondary outlet around the barn? Is there an opportunity to get one?
Yeah, you've got plenty of fall. These folks and the Lewises, very friendly. I know land can change hands at different times and you never know. The outlet of this tile is lower than this one, and this one makes the short run to this little intermittent stream and then pops under the driveway. So in that instance, if this tile ruptures and they just lop it off and it's dead, you could, do a rework, everybody go to this one. I do have an easement across the rear of my plat, and then I'm recording 2 small easements on the Lewis's parent parcel. So basically, if you own this lot and this tile fails, then you would run across the rear of this easement, and then there's already an easement there that I'm platting or not platting, I'm
You
recording.
prepared.
Good job. Thank you.
Yes. We have a motion.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a motion, a second.
Sorry.
Further questions? Those in favor of this motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries. Yes. Mr. Steerwall,
Nothing, thank you.
Dave, you're up.
Tiffany?
So at the last meeting, we opened quotes for Highland subdivision. We recommend the lowest responsible quote with Taylor Cooper Excavating in the amount of $8,700.
We've heard the recommendation. Chair will entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
Moved and second. Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And none opposed, motion carries.
I want to remind the board that we've scheduled a business meeting for June 23rd, which is 2 weeks at 7 a.m. So FYI.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Yes. Anyone in the audience have anything to bring before the board? Introduction of business by board members.
Question on the project in our neighborhood. Do we have anyone from the surveyor's office kind of looking at that every once in a while?
We're talking about the Kate Lee.
We're up there.
Any of that up there?
We're on the Kate Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They started on the outlet.
We were able to dye test it and got dye to go through finally, so that was good. That's the last update I have, is we were able to get it
Dye
done.
come out of the ditch and then go over a hill and then down through the valley, or how did it get?
I can't tell you the location, I just know that my last email update between Stuart and I think you were on that email chain as well, is that they were able to successfully dye test it and get water flowing.
They're currently putting the 18 in at the Bats Drain.
I don't know,
I'll
we
have to
might
ask
have to have
John.
John come to one of these meetings so that he can answer those questions a little bit better.
I did talk to John about, we've had so much rain, and it's been holding so much water. I said, John, do you have any temporary fixes to help these people out? And he said, yes. And he went through the whole scenario of what they're planning on doing if the rain would just stop. They're still pumping, but I really need John to kind of go through some of those details. But just to let you know, I'm in communication with John, and Dirk's up there almost every day looking at it.
That was my initial question, to make sure somebody's got eyes on it. Because they filled in the whole east and southeast of 900 and south of Maloney Road. So I don't know really what's going on. I don't know if they connected it under the road there because they never cut the road. I have no idea what they're doing.
They're still going to cut the road, from my understanding. But again,
So it's not really connected.
Jack, I really need John to talk about this because we're looking at the Kaylee. We're trying to protect our regulated drain. I know there's other issues and John's on that, but I'd prefer, instead of putting words in his mouth, I'd prefer that he
Denny just made a great suggestion. Ask John to come to our next meeting, not the business meeting,
Yeah.
but our meeting.
That would be great. Yes.
Yes.
And what's going on 925 east up there along that ditch?
925 east.
North
Where at?
part of the Kate Lee.
I don't know.
There's some work going on up there. I don't know if it's AES.
This is AES.
Yeah. Or what's happening
I
there,
don't-
because we're
They
supposed to
haven't gotten a permit
reroute
from
the Kate
us.
Lee around through there.
We'll look into it. We do not have a permit from AES or Hendricks
You know,
Power
those-
yet.
Those permits are,
No.
if they own the property, they have no clue, so,
I know that all too well,
yeah.
but we will send our crew up there to see what's going on at that site.
Anyone
Thanks.
else?
You are our eyes. You and Mike are our
I try
eyes
to-
on up there.
Try to stay away there, because number one, you can't get there unless you're going overland in a four-wheeler.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of cars that think they are.
Really?
I get it. We'll look into it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
This is
I need
not
your autograph
for the
on
recession.
that one.
So what? How we doing? Projects of mine. This is. This is really.
Out and the big flags for them.
Call our meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge to the flag and a word of prayer following. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we pause and thank you for your grace and love to us as people, as a nation, as a world that you created. Thank you for that love. Help us to be good citizens. Help us to be good followers of the way you would like us to live and conduct ourselves. Thank you now for each of us here in this room. Help us as commissioners to make good decisions, sound decisions for the people in Hendricks County. We pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for your attendance. Those of you online, thank you for doing that as well. Chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our May 26th meeting
So moved.
Second.
and the May 26th executive session.
So moved.
As well.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Approval of the claims that were sent to us.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any questions?
No, sir.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Mr. Gentry, you are listed as, actually, it's Keystone Cooperative Fuel Options.
Yes, Mr. President, I invited the Keystone Fuel providers to present to us options for our gasoline for the future when we eventually do close out at the old highway garage. So
Okay.
if you guys want to step forward,
Thank you.
help us out with the options.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
State your name and address for the record.
Yes, Jesse Fraley, and I'm from Martinsville, Indiana.
I'm Mark Ransom with Keystone.
Thank you. Go
I
ahead.
have packets for quotes if you would like to receive them.
Yes, that would be helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So good morning, my name is Jesse. I am the energy representative for Keystone Cooperative, and joining me today is Mark Ransom. He is our director of retail stations for our company. So we have had the privilege of supplying your guys' the Highway Department and Sheriff's Department's unleaded fuel for over 6 years. And we understand that starting October 1st, the Highway Department will be moving to the new facility and the Sheriff's Department will not be relocating with them. We are here today to walk through different options to help support the Sheriff's Department during this transition. One option would be to continue to receive the transport deliveries and have a new location where a tank could be set at. Our team got a current quote for a 10,000 gallon vertical unleaded tank along with a spec sheet for your guys' review. We've also included a fuel lock system. That fuel management system is designed to secure fuel storage, prevent unauthorized access, and provide detailed usage tracking through PIN access and mobile and desktop monitoring. If you guys want to purchase these outright and own your own equipment, our team would be happy to help with that. Alternatively, we could do what we call a pipeline direct deal, where Keystone would finance this equipment. In that case, we would purchase, own, and maintain that equipment for a 4-year period of time and have that 4-year agreement with a simple adder to the fuel cost over that period of time. For either of these options, having a tank of this size will require permits through the Department of Homeland Security. Our team would be happy to help you guys with that process. And in those packets, I've included some guidelines for what that would look like for you guys to view. Lastly, if you don't wish to have a transport tank on site, we would be happy to set the Sheriff's Department up to receive fuel at our local Danville station over on Lincoln Street. With this, we can still provide strong fuel security and track those through our Voyager cards. These cards can be assigned by vehicle and or by user with a 6-digit customized PIN and have usage limits on those cards. Mark, if you want to speak more on the Danville station, what we can offer.
The two options, as she said, one is just, this is a basic 10,000 gallon tank. And this is basically our cost. We just passed it through to you so you could see what it would cost. We, like she said, we have the finance option, or we have, if you want to purchase outright. The key would be wherever you decide to put it, there would be setbacks that you'd have to follow, state setbacks, because of it being gasoline in that size tank. The other option, as she said, is we do have a fuel station right down the road here on Lincoln Street that we do service the school system with, and we'd be happy to work something out to service you as well. We use a proprietary Voyager card system, fuel card, so it's fuel only that you can get on that card. If there were, for some reason, our card, the pumps were down for a day, that card would be able to be used at other locations throughout town. Whatever the pump price is at the sign, it's used at Speedway, Love's, it's several thousand different locations if somebody's traveling, they can use that card. So it's able to be used everywhere. One thing that we can offer through the station, though, down there is contract price, if that ever becomes something that you would be interested in. We do a lot of contract pricing with government entities and school systems simply because you're on a fixed budget. And if you know what that fixed budget's going to be at the beginning of the year, and we can lock in that price for the whole year, you don't have to worry about what just happened in February. When we have a lot of school systems in cities and towns that have weathered this price hike that we've seen because they contracted fuel for the whole year. And so that it's an option. It's not always the lowest fuel throughout the year, but when you talk about budget issues and trying to stay within budget for the year, it seems to be a really good option. We feel like if we looked at history, we're probably 75% on the right side of the lower price if we try to lock that in somewhere November, December, January, depending on when you guys do your budget. So the option of having a station is, we do a lot of that in other cities and towns too. It saves you from having to put a tank on your property. Once you put a tank on your property, you're not yet, but you will soon be under IDIMs. I assume you're under IDIM now with your underground tanks. You'll stay that way with your underground tanks. IDIM's now moving to above ground tanks. So in the next few years, they will start to monitor anything that's above 6,000 gallons. They'll monitor just like they do the underground.
Yeah, our new facility has above ground tanks, but you still have to go through the permit.
Yeah. So you won't have to do what you have to do for underground. They won't do the yearly inspections. Right. Yeah, and the 3-year when they come and visit you. But I think down the road, that's going to be something you're probably going to fall into. So,
Questions for these folks? Any of us? Go ahead.
Thank you for the, I'm a believer that the tanks they're assets, because but you guys also offer the monitoring system, don't you? Where we discussed that up at your office?
Yes,
where
yep.
If the tanks, your 6,000 gallon tank is down to 3,000 gallons, and then you say, hey, you can buy 3,000 gallons now at this price, and it's not gonna be this low for a month, that you offer that monitoring without anyone having to actually probe the tank, right?
correct. We
Yes.
do have a digital monitoring system that we can get you access to so that you can monitor your.
You have it now. Well, let us consider this.
Okay.
As President Dawes has said, we'll still be out there and we talked about this at your office, for a year, maybe 2 at the present location. But it's also for Link and help me out.
Sycamore.
Yeah, Sycamore.
Yeah.
The prosecutor and
Yes, we need to be able to
Yeah, we
take care of these
health
people.
department.
Because there's anxiety from.
Yeah, either way, it works with the fuel lock system. If you put your own tank in, that fuel lock system tracks everybody, and you can get a report to show exactly which departments got what fuel, so you know where to bill. The Voyager card's the same way. We would set up multiple entities so that you would get a report with whichever one you want to break out.
so that at the end of the month, you get your fuel report. And with the Voyager 2, it does all the taxes for you, so you only pay the taxes you're supposed to be paying. Sometimes when you go to the station, you'd have to apply for all your taxes.
Yes.
And we're able to take those taxes out up front. Are you closing out your existing
Well,
tanks?
and that's a couple, some of these things are unknowns yet. The intention, of course, like you said, is to move at the new highways facility, just have diesel and gas, a little bit of gas for our own usage. So we've talked about continuing to operate that system there even after we move, and I'm not sure it's clear yet with our office actually, because the monitoring equipment is inside the office there now at the highway garage. And if we're not, even if we still own that, if we're not occupied, I'm not sure how the monitoring would work. I have a hard time believing there's not a way to remotely monitor it and check it, but there are rules about how often we have to visually inspect and look down in the tank, things like that. And I'm not sure what all those are. And Eric and I have talked a little bit, and we still need to explore that, if it's possible to continue to operate those tanks if we don't have somebody in the office there. I suspect there is.
Yes.
But I don't know that for sure yet. But obviously, we could continue to operate that as long as we own it, and we don't know how long that's gonna be. Our move date's probably November. So we could continue to operate fuel for other departments for a period of time, yes, most likely.
Yeah, it would be, we do a lot of that. We have what we call unmanned sites, and that would be what they would consider. You have a monthly inspection that you have to do. You have to still have your A, B, and C operators at that location. Your monitoring system, we have a system called My Tank Info that we could hook into that monitoring system if you'd like, and then you'll get an email and you can get online and see exactly how much fuel are in those tanks. So there's a lot, it's a pretty simple process.
So we go through about, I just checked, we go through about 8,000 gallons every 3 weeks in unleaded, and most of that goes to other departments. Some of it goes to highway, but most of it goes to other departments. So, I mean, planning, health, surveyor, sheriff, Link, Sycamore Services, all those use that gas, so.
And I want
got a lot of users, so go ahead, Bob.
My personal desire is I want to try to protect those people.
Right.
Mr. President, the sheriff was interested in this, but he couldn't be here today. I don't know, his designee, do you want to be heard on this fuel issue at all?
No, we're just gathering the information at this point. We are concerned about the infrastructure and the costs that would go into that. Depending on the month, we're saving versus using retail. We're saving somewhere in between 30 cents a gallon all the way up to 70 cents a gallon currently. So just with the Sheriff's Department in the year of 2025, we saved $105,000 using the county pumps rather than retail, so.
You know how old your tanks are now, the ones?
About 30.
Oh, okay, they're about 30, okay. So there is a closure plan through ELF.
Yeah, there's an end of life. I mean, we're coming up on that end of life cycle.
And they will, so the ELF fund, state ELF fund will actually pay half to take those tanks out and put new tanks in. If that's something, it's not a cheap expense, but it is.
Do they have to be on the same site?
Yes.
Yeah. So, there, like, for things like, reasons like that, there is a cost to us to own and operate those tanks and the system. And so we kind of have to balance that cost of ownership versus, paying to get at their facilities they already own, which, probably is going to cost more per gallon, but over time, does that balance out? And then also, I don't know, Greg, typically we do annual bids for the diesel and the gas. So I don't know how we need to, work that out to still comply with bidding laws.
Well, and in my conversation with these folks up at their central office, the three of us kind of agreed, and Doug Wicker was in there as well, that whatever it is, we have to be able to be agile enough to let other people bid. Other firms have to bid once it's established. If we own the tank, obviously if we contract with you for that 4-year period, that's not an issue, but if we own the tank, then we have to be able to put it out for bids And you know that.
Yeah, and we do a lot of yearly bid because you're basically only getting a delivery the delivery price is usually less than what the bid is overall on a monthly basis. So you can still, if you wanted to, contract fuel for a whole year and be within.
Okay, well, thank you.
And I will just say too, even if you wanted to go the route of having a tank on site, you could also have Voyager cards as a secondary option for fueling since we're right over there. And the cards don't cost anything. It's just, it'll give you access to our stations to pull fuel out
The
of there as
size
well.
again, the size of tank you recommended was 6,000 or 10,000?
10,000 to be able to hold transport loads.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the state has said in the next few years, they will start to monitor 6,000 and above tanks.
So if we were less than that, we'd be getting loads every week or two. That's,
Sure, yeah, okay.
better go for bigger tank.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're happy to help.
Appreciate
Thank
the
you.
opportunity.
And we need to think about if we were to go that route, where we wanted to put that.
Yes.
If we could find a spot for it or not.
Thanks, folks.
Pass that over to John. John, I'll give that to you. You can have that. We will take this under consideration and look at it. Thank you, Bob. Next on our agenda is the awarding of the animal shelter HVAC service. Zach?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Zach Sheese, 3050 Poplar Street, Terre Haute, Indiana, Garmon Construction Services. Here just to discuss the awarding of the HVAC bid proposal for the animal shelter. What you guys have in front of you is the contract ready for execution. We fully vetted out all bidders. This is the full scope of work for the package that was asked from the get-go. We didn't have to go back and ask any other questions to them. We just re-vetted out the situation and confirmed everything that's included.
And this is your recommendation to us is Enviromax Inc. at $211,200.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Mr. President, is this the equipment that's not available
Not
till?
the equipment. We bought it a month or so ago.
Yeah, you already bought the equipment, the large piece. This is the residential equipment, the residential furnace, and the residential AC.
And it is available now?
Yes, and it's all available, and all the work to hook up the new piece of equipment that also got purchased. So this is all inclusive.
Very good.
Yep.
Chair would entertain a motion to approve this.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion?
Other discussion is, we've discussed, American Electric is complete. We're waiting on a couple of fixtures to come back so we can get those swapped out. The freezer is installed up and running, so that's ready to go. Demolition of the freezer is complete, so now we are going to start working on our renovations next week.
Very good.
So,
Great.
schedule update will be coming.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
This really kind of moves that whole animal shelter project closer toward finish line.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate all that you folks have done, and Christie, the work that has been involved in this. Todd, you've spent a lot of time as well.
Yes, he has.
So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Great. Next on our agenda is Link first quarter claim voucher for $203,578. You want to say any more than that?
Nope. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. No. That's our first quarter from NDOT.
It's been moved and seconded to approve this. We're kind of the bank, so
Yes, and we appreciate
get the
you.
pass through.
I would like to add to the fuel conversation.
Hold on. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, now add to the conversation.
Just for information purposes only, we go through the county pumps, the Sycamore side of Link. We use about 1,500 gallons a month.
Okay.
So just put that out there so y'all are aware how much we use it to, which I know you know.
And it's been a I'll just call it a good deal for you.
Absolutely, absolutely, cost-wise especially.
Right.
So, and I'm sure the senior center feels the same way, so.
One question, Ms. Smith.
Yeah.
Stacy,
Yes.
is the link and everything,
We're good.
relationship going really well?
We're going good.
Thank you.
The ship is sailing very well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. There was a time, you are correct. We have rectified all of that, so. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too. Next on our agenda is the encryption of channel 32FDSP. It's our 911 call system. Renee,
Hello,
welcome.
Renee Tomlinson, HC 911, 4010 Clarks Creek Road is where we're at. So the ask is that we encrypt the dispatch fire channel. But I would like to give an overview of what that actually means because I've gotten a lot of media pushback to what does this mean for us? And so I'm just going to go into a brief description of it. So we have several channels on the fire side, just like the channels on your TV. You can listen to one or the other or the other. The fire dispatch channel goes out as just the address and what the emergency is. That's the only channel that I'm requesting to encrypt. The other two channels that we have are called operations channels. That's where they talk back and forth about what is actually happening on the scene. So what we're trying to do is limit 30 minutes to the time where you know exactly where we're going to where you can talk on the scene. We're doing this because we've actually encountered problems on the scene for first responders where the media is showing up ahead of time and they are filming and live streaming before we can even do death notifications, before we even know what's going on. They're talking to people on the scene as far as interviewing them before we're even there. So what's happening is, why is this a problem now? Well, we encrypt the police channel, and so they don't get the information from the police channel. That's on a delay. But when we have to dual dispatch something, send out fire and police at the same time, we give that location on the fire side. And so then they're picking up where we're going and beating us to it. So what I'm trying to do is give us a buffer only of 30 minutes so that the first responders can get on scene, see what they've got going, manage the scene, secure the scene before we have any outside spectators on the scene for their safety. And it's for their safety only. They'll still hear absolutely everything else that's on the channel. The only thing that they won't hear is the address for 30 minutes. So that's all I'm requesting to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let them do their job a little easier.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Less burden.
Move in favor.
I don't have any problem with it.
The advisory board for the 911 call center is supportive of doing this.
Correct.
At our last meeting, they agreed that this was an appropriate thing to do. As you know, probably two of you, there's been some pushback from some of the, I'll call it, public stations and media that do not like this.
Correct.
My guess is somehow they'll find a way around it somehow, but this will at least be an attempt to slow it down some and give the initial folks time to do what they need to do to get things under control.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we also have letters of support from the police chiefs and the fire chiefs
And we have copies of all
Yes,
of those in our material.
Yep.
Which we thank all of them for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the chair.
I'm supportive.
I made a motion.
You made it, Bob. made
Then
a
I'll
motion.
second it.
I
It's
did.
been seconded to support this encryption of the fire channel. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Renee.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for the work that you and your staff do.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm sure we'll hear something about that.
Yeah.
Good,
That's
I
okay.
hope so.
That's
We're here
okay.
for it.
All right, look forward to it.
All right. Pat Baldwin, use of the courthouse grounds.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pat Baldwin, Danville, Indiana.
Catherine Howe, Plainfield, Indiana.
Good morning.
I'm here wearing two hats, one of which is the Hendricks County, Indiana America 250 Committee. I'm
Okay.
also here with DAR. Obviously, DAR is working closely with the America 250. So our request, and we filled out the paperwork, on July 8th, across the entire United States, the Declaration of Independence will be read. Why on July 8th? That was the day that it was formally read to people. They had to be printed and all that. They're doing it at 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time across the country, so whatever time that is in California. So the idea is to have people reading it at the same time everywhere they are. Now, the Bar Association is also doing this, and Catherine can tell you, at noon, for those who don't want to do it at the height of going home traffic, at noon at the courthouse on July 8th, up in the circuit courtroom. But what our request here is to use the property right at the memorial where the flagpole is, and it'll be at 6 o'clock. Probably won't take 20 minutes. We don't need chairs. We don't need anything else. It will be open to the public. We absolutely want to invite you all to attend if you care, or anyone else. Also, it will be in Avon at that time, at the World War II Park at 100 South and 800 East, Brownsburg at the Town Hall, Clayton inside the library, Plainfield at the Friendship Gardens, and Pittsboro at the Pittsboro Park at the flagpole. So, and this all should be in the newspapers and that before then. So anyhow, as to you all, we just want to let you know and ask permission to do it there at the memorial on the corner of the courthouse lawn.
Absolutely. Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. That is great. Appreciate that. Next on our agenda is CSI computer system agreement for the recorder's office.
Good morning.
Crime scene investigation.
That's pretty good, Brad.
Yeah, he's quick. It is. I want to publicly thank Renee too
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
I cringe when I see things on a reel or Facebook, and then the
Every day.
questions people ask are sickening, so good for you. Anyway, this is per usual, same contract every year. It has increased a little bit in money, but what hasn't? Both Greg and Doug have looked it over, and it's a lot of paperwork, but there's only one document that needs your signature, and that's the maintenance agreement.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
To keep us trucking.
And is that all of us or me?
That's
That's me. Okay.
Just you. Okay.
All right.
Mr. President, move for approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
It's all three of you.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Very good. Dennis.
Morning, everybody.
Welcome. This is a developer inspection agreement.
Yeah, this is part of
What are we
the,
developing, Dennis, and what are we inspecting?
this is part of the ongoing revamp of the south parking lot. As we all noted, it's a little small and it's definitely in need of repair. So an agreement with Banning Engineering, this is part of getting the south parking lot revamped at the government center.
Yeah, yeah. We see somebody named Banning here as well, so
I don't.
understand that. Okay. Any questions?
Move for approval.
On that?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion on it? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
I'll stick around for the next one.
Yeah, don't leave yet. Parking, autos, parking, marking proposal. for-
Yes, this is for the work release parking
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
It's in pretty bad disrepair. There's also some improvements on the drains, and they're gonna take care of the potholes, so they're gonna finish some surface, and then they're gonna stripe it and seal it.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, well, we just have one question on the insurance we're supposed to carry. I don't think John's here. We just need to confirm it. I think we're okay, but I want John to see this.
John Parmalee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
John's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know insurance.
Greg, Does my motion then need to be contingent upon approval by insurance?
Yeah, let's just confirm that, if you would.
Okay.
Let my motion read as contingent upon
Okay.
approval from insurance.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. Dennis, thanks for the work you're doing. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Mr. Ayers, amended and restated interlocal agreement that I have down is with Plainfield.
It is,
Yeah.
yes.
Got to do with NDOT and so
Yeah.
on.
This is a little bit of a, backtrack just a little bit here. In 21, NDOT agreed to relinquish State Road 267 through the town limits of Plainfield. And like with previous relinquishments that we've done, that included bridges. So they put a dollar figure with that, and they split it out by road and bridge responsibility. So they assigned so many dollars to the bridges and so many dollars to the road. And in 21, we signed an agreement with NDOT and an agreement with the town of Plainfield. So basically, when they relinquish it, we take responsibility for the bridges if they're over 20 feet, because that's how a bridge is defined. And there were 5 bridges in that section, and I'll send this around. That's kind of a rough map of what they're. So basically, it was Quaker, what's now Quaker Boulevard, south of 40, and then Old 267 or Avon Avenue going north of 40. So we did that in 21. We chose at that time to use that funding that we got, which was $6,030,000. We chose to use that for the 1000 North project. That's the funds we've been putting towards that. Credits, federal credits towards a project of 1000 North. And so Plainfield had a lot of different projects initially they wanted to use their pot for, and their pot was around 20 million, I think. Just a little about 21 million. And so they have since, through a lot of negotiations with NDOT, decided that pretty much all that money, or most of the money, is going to go towards some reconfiguring that interchange at I-70 and some things just going north of there and some collector ramps. And they're going to, the state is paying for the interchange, but there's a lot of connecting road work being done too, part of which is an underpass where, and I'll send you this map here in a second, but it kind of shows what they're doing at the interchange. But a lot of that work is not on the interchange footprint, so it will be Plainfields when it's all done. But the state is going to construct it, acquire the right of way. So the highlighted, orange highlighted there shows an underpass now. If you want to go to Gateway Drive, which is west of 267, you'll get off, they'll split you off coming off 70, and you loop around, and you'll go through this underpass under what will be Quaker Boulevard. That will be ours too, because it's longer than a 20-foot span, but it's an underfill structure. It's not going to be that hard to maintain. It's pretty simple. There's a lot of aesthetic features in that interchange, and that's what that drawing kind of shows. Plainfield's going to maintain all those when it's all said and done. But it's a convoluted process to get there. So basically, they're redoing the agreement we did in 21, and I can't find specific language in here that says this, but my understanding is this agreement replaces that agreement from 21. And in 21, it turned those bridges over to us and the road over to Plainfield. This agreement gives all that stuff back to the state. And then when they're done with their project, they will give it back to us. Don't ask me why they have to do it that way. I've asked the question and not really got a clear answer. I've included Greg on some of this correspondence, but the state has determined that this is the best way to handle that. The key points for us are our dollar amounts stay the same. We're getting $6,030,000 anyway. We're getting it this year, anytime after July 31 of 26. The number of bridges we're taking over, there's 5 existing bridges. There's a pair of bridges just south of 40, and then 2 more south of that, and then the old railroad bridge going north. So we will still have control over those, which we do now, plus this new structure down there. So there's 6 structures in play. So those things don't change. The timing doesn't change. Our maintenance responsibility doesn't change. The date of the transfer is scheduled back to us is scheduled to be November of 2030. Now, I still have a few unanswered questions because right now we're including all these bridges on our bridge inspections. So does that mean we don't have to inspect them between now and 2030? I haven't gotten a clear answer on that yet. Do we have to maintain them between now and 2030? I don't believe so. So there's still some questions I have, but the plan was Plainfield and NDOT and us kind of on the fringes have been involved in this for several months, getting this to this point. The intent was for the town of Plainfield to pass this last night. I haven't heard if they did or not. I put a call into them this morning, but I haven't gotten an answer. The idea was for them to pass this last night, subject to, and I think Mel's wording was, subject to immaterial changes and final legal review. So, again, our date's still the same, our dollar amount's still the same, what we can use it on is still the same. The rest of it is really details between NDOT and the town of Plainfield as to who's doing what, and who's maintaining what. I will say, and I think I've said this before, I was a bit frustrated when I saw this version of this agreement, because this agreement gives Plainfield 12.8 million in credits towards this project and 7.6 million basically in cash to use how they want. We had pushed for that to begin with, and the previous two relinquishment projects we did with Crawfordsville District, we got it all in cash up front, do whatever we want to do. This time around, they said it has to be in federal credits, we're not doing cash. Well, apparently they are doing cash. And if they had done that with us when we signed this agreement in 21, we'd have had that project on 1000 North built by now, and it would have been cheaper. But at this point, it's neither here nor there. I've made my frustrations known. It's too late now. Changing course now and them saying we'll give that to you in cash now, it's too late. I mean, we've already spent, 5 years in design fees that we probably wouldn't have had to spend as much on if it had been a locally funded project. So I'll get up my soapbox and quit complaining about the funds. We're grateful to get the funds and being able to use them this way. My recommendation would be we sign it. There's a separate signature page for you, and make it subject to final legal review. Greg, did you have any thoughts on it? It's a pretty complicated.
It's a large document.
It is, yes. There's a lot of detail in there about maintenance.
With a lot of words.
A lot of words,
Yeah.
yes. There is a lot of words.
And a lot of money involved.
Yes.
Mr. President, if I might,
Yes.
that money doesn't go in there as far
It what?
today as,
No.
that money doesn't go nearly as far now as it did if we could have got it then.
And John, when you said from now till 2030, so almost 3 years, not quite, who will be responsible for the inspection and maintenance?
I don't know. One of my questions was the original agreement, which was signed again in 21, gave a date at what time, at which point we were taking over those bridges, and it was in 21. I think it was effective with the date of that agreement.
Okay.
So we've had those bridges in our inventory since 21.
And we have been inspecting them.
We have been inspecting them. We haven't had to do any maintenance.
Okay.
But I asked, does this agreement replace that? And they said, yes. So I said, so does that mean we haven't owned those for this many years? And the answer is kind of vague there. So the way I read this, they're not on our inventory right now until 2030.
Whose inventory are they on?
NDOT. They're NDOT's.
So they're NDOT.
NDOT has taken back over that road until 2030.
And you're,
I think.
So are they inspecting it?
well,
That's what I need to find.
that's-
NDOT will inspect them if they're theirs. I just
Yeah.
need to know,
Yeah.
if we do it or they do it. I don't see why we would do it if they're ours.
Right. So,
Because this says, that's what I got it worked out. Because this says the town isn't transferring the roads back to NDOT until 28.
okay.
But it doesn't give a date that we're transferring the bridges to NDOT. It just says we will get back from NDOT in 2030.
2030. Yeah. So,
To me, that means we never gave them to them in the first place.
yeah.
Or they never gave it to us in the first place.
Semantics.
That's how I'm reading that.
So if we approve this today, then you're gonna take them off of our list.
Correct.
And yet we don't really know who's inspecting and maintaining them then between now and 2030 or whatever that date is. Yeah.
Correct. I'm
Should
assuming
we
it's
not
NDOT.
be worried about that?
I think it's just no, not really.
Okay.
I mean, one way or another, it'll get.
Okay.
That's a good question, though. We're ultimately responsible.
It's,
That's something I will clarify.
Okay.
Yes.
So should we hold until you get that clarified or go ahead and act on it? I guess. Greg, I don't know if you have any comment or.
As far as ownership of the bridges, are we, since that's still unclear as to whether they're actually ours until 2030 or not, should they go ahead and sign it subject to that clarification, or should they wait?
Yeah, that, I mean, we need to know exactly what that means, yes. I agree.
We can wait. It's up to you.
Does it matter if we table this till our next meeting? Maybe you'll know more.
I don't think so. Again, Plainfield was shooting to have it signed last night, but it's still subject to changes, so I don't see that that's gonna hurt anything to wait 2 weeks.
Okay.
Scott may kick me for saying that, that's fine.
Pleasure of you.
Mr. President, I would move to table it until we find out from Plainfield and John's information.
I don't mean to make this more difficult than it is.
It's your call, yeah.
We are ultimately responsible for
Well,
those bridges.
Maybe,
It
that's what we need to
appears,
find
and
out.
And I consider that public safety.
Yes.
That's a responsibility we have. Okay, Chair would entertain a motion to table this till our next
So
meeting.
moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. John, thank you. I think that's good discussion.
Yes, thank you, John, for.
And a lot of paper.
Yes.
I'll see if I can get an answer.
Yeah, thanks. Next item on our agenda is a resolution, which is a conflict of interest disclosure statement for an interlocal agreement, really, between the regional sewer district and the county and Mila.
Mr. President, move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve this. We have looked at it, read it, we'll all re-sign it,
Yes.
and all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that, Greg, thank you.
That included signing the interlocal agreement, right?
Yes,
And-
yes, both the conflict of
Conflict,
interest
yes.
disclosure and the interlocal agreement, yes. Yes. Next on our agenda is Barnes and Thornburg letter of engagement for fairgrounds financing. And this is for me to sign, not all three of us, looks like.
Engaging Barnes and Thornburg, I assume.
Yes, correct. That is correct. There's been a motion to approve this.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Okay, thank you. For that. Comments from the floor? Anybody in our meeting today that wants to make a comment? Those of you online, you can't make comments, but you can send us an email if you would like. Appreciate that. All right, next is any comments from elected officials? Comments, statements? Okay. Staff reports. Mr. Ayers.
I only have one agenda item today. Most of the rest of those, I think, are updates on item 2 with the Keller Hill road usage agreement.
Right.
I think in talking to Morgan County, our intent there is to have one agreement for both counties.
Okay.
But we still have yet to see that agreement from the owner of that center.
Okay.
I was at a conference last week and we talked a lot about item 4 with the suspension of the gas tax. LTAP, I think, is working on a breakdown per county of what our impact is per month or whatever, and there's still, I don't think, any indication at the state level if they're going to backfill those funds or not, and when. Obviously, that could affect our projects yet for this year, it could affect our budgeting for next year, so it'd be nice if they would decide if they're going to replace those funds or not. But I'd hope to have something by today that showed that broken down by county, but what I have doesn't show that, so if somebody has that, I'll keep looking and send it to you.
John, do you have any rough idea of that dollar amount? I assume it's pretty
I'm
large
not, I don't know,
number.
what's our monthly distribution, Eric? Yeah, I
Okay,
don't want to throw a number out.
but I would guess
It's significant.
not a small number.
No, it's not.
Yeah, okay. All right,
Pretty much everything we do is funded
Yeah.
that way, so,
Yeah.
on the highway side.
okay.
Number
Number 8, I'm
Yes.
gonna interrupt you.
Okay.
We need to have a motion to change the highway department regular working hours to 4 10-hour days instead of 5 8-hour days. Or by consensus. I don't know if we need to
So,
make a
Mr.
motion
President,
or.
if everybody's okay with this.
Most people are okay. Not everybody. I'll say that, it's a change, and so it affects some people better than others. And so, and then the workforce out there is divided on it. I think it will be better in the long run for the department and the county, and I think as they get used to the different schedule, I think they will appreciate it as well. Eric, I don't know if you want to add something there. Eric used that in the department he's been in, other departments use it, Montgomery County does it, Johnson County does it, I believe, they did when I was there. So it's a change, and with any change, some people are gonna like it better than others, and I understand that. But I think it's advantageous for all involved, and I think once they get adjusted to that, they will.
Question, Mr. President. Sure. So, when I was in the Army, we had this same issue. So what hours are we talking about? 7, starting at 7? So does somebody, would someone have an option, maybe this is a dumb question, say, I need to be off to go to take my grandmother to do something. Can I start at 6?
We would just handle it like we would now, if they, I mean, they start at 7 now.
Right.
So the working hours really are only changing 7 to 3. If we're doing away with the overtime, which would take them 7 to 4 every day now. So now their regular working hours are 7 to 3. So we're changing that to be 7 to 5, but they're off on Friday.
Okay.
So they would have to do PTO for that or make other arrangements. We don't want to get too deep into flex hours.
Right.
I don't think it's hard to manage if we do that. And I sent you, I think, in the council before the last council meeting, kind of a summary of how we would apply that. Eric put together a good memo on how we would apply that. So we just need to formalize that into a policy if you're okay with us moving forward.
Are we okay
I'm
with
okay.
that?
The only thing we need to add is when we're off for vacation, that our guys get 10 hours for holidays. Our guys get 10 hours for holidays. They said we needed that in the meeting minute. That way we're not trying to come back in on a Friday and make up 2 hours if we're only getting 8 hours for a holiday.
Since their normal day is a 10-hour day.
I agree.
Yeah. And this won't really change snow plowing one way or the other, will it?
No. And we still have on-call people for the days off. We're still gonna have some staff in the office on Fridays.
There you
Office
go.
staff will be in and probably a mechanic
There
on
you go.
Fridays.
Okay.
But-
I'd move for
And-
approval, I guess.
And the other thing too, like Eric mentioned in his memo, we'll do a trial period and to work some of the bugs out, we may want to make some adjustments. We'll do a trial period of, I don't remember what you suggested, 6 months, a year, and make sure it's working.
Okay.
Been a motion to approve this, and I'll second it. Any other discussion? I would say when we vote on this, and if it's approved, John, implement it whenever that timing is, evaluate it, come back to us in whatever time you think's appropriate, and let us know how it's going.
We need to figure out a good notice to give people in case they need to make adjustments in childcare schedules and things like that. We want to implement it sooner than later.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. You have our permission to move ahead with that.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Anything else, John, in your report to us?
Mr. President, one question.
Yeah, sure.
So will there be any, I assume some of these are young folks. If he said, okay, I've got to go pick up my children at the daycare at 4 o'clock and I don't get off till 5, how does he work? How does he get through that?
they'll have to make those arrangements.
Yeah,
It'd be no
it's
different
not-
than what they have to do now. I mean, if they
You
have
gotta
something
work
that
till
conflicts
5.
with working hours, that's the kind of arrangements they're gonna have to make for that change.
You'll have to make, okay.
I worked at Johnson County when we made that change, and it was a little rocky at first, but boy, once we made the switch, it was, people
Everybody liked it.
liked it, yeah. I won't say everybody, but.
Thank you.
Okay.
The others are just updates. If you want, I can go into detail on them. A couple of them are just things coming up with the MPO funding with Plainfield and Avon. Bridge 49, which hasn't started yet, that one we're looking at a mid-July start. That's up on 350 North. It's the one they can't get beams until September. Backing those dates off, if we start mid-July, then we'll be ready for the beams when the beams are done. So planning to do that. Just so you know, when I talk about our bridges being in progress, we have 3 federal aid bridges and 1 local, and 2 local bridges under construction now, and that includes Bridge 290. We get weekly updates from our consultant inspection, because that's just an example on 3 of the bridges. That's what we get every week. There's 3 different reports there. It just shows you what they're doing. They send pictures, and we're out there every week too, seeing what's going on. So multiple times a week on some of them that are more problematic, but that just gives you an idea of what we get from our inspection consultants every week. So, and I think we've got water problems hopefully under control up on the parkway. So I wasn't at drainage board this morning, but it seems to be better.
We've asked for you to be at our next meeting, next
Okay.
April meeting, to update us on that.
Does that mean it wasn't better?
Okay.
All right.
It's
I'll be there.
questions for you regarding your knowledge.
Yeah.
That's why we want you there,
Right.
Okay.
your knowledge. So
Okay.
it,
Short meeting.
it's not a bad issue at all.
No, it's
Anything else, John?
No, I don't have anything unless you had questions for me or for Eric.
Thank you. Dennis?
Good morning. If you guys had a chance to look at the report, let me know if you have any questions. I would like to give you an update on number 6, which is the demolition of the East Campus building, because I know everybody's asking me about that. Yesterday, Shelley reached out to me. It did test positive for asbestos tile. She's working on getting proposals to get that removed. I'll keep you guys updated on that. We're shooting for a begin demolish date. I talked to Junior Coke of the end of the month.
Okay.
So I'm driving that as much as I can, but that's the latest and greatest news on that one. Any other questions for me?
I don't think so.
I would like to give a shout out to the Hendricks County Garden Club for planting the flowers at the courthouse. And yesterday, there was some email communication. They're also planting flowers at the old post office as well as the animal shelter.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Yes, thank
kudos
you.
to them. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you to
It
them,
looks really
yes.
nice.
That's great. Thank you.
Yep. Anything else?
Just a thank you to you, your comment in your item 1, that first line. Thank you for what you're doing, quite frankly.
Happy to help.
That
Yeah.
caught our attention.
That first sentence.
So, yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. You
Did
bet.
you read the first sentence?
Yes. Can agree.
Todd, Executive Director. You had a lot for me.
Yeah, it's a long report. I apologize for that.
That's all right.
It doesn't
Nope.
require any action by you. Just trying to give you the best information I can. I'll be happy to discuss it or answer any questions if you have any.
Well, we certainly need to manage the item 2 that you put on there. So I'll, I guess, work with you and whomever else, and we'll figure out what to do with that. So probably Ann, I guess, as well. So, all right. Anything else? You need to review, Bob, or Brad? Nope. Okay.
No.
Thanks for giving us a copy of the old Facilities Corporation document, 2004, but it's good to have. Yeah, because there's a lot of questions going on there. And we need to make sure we clarify that with those folks, yes. I guess that'll involve me, maybe. going to one of their meetings perhaps. So might be appropriate. All right. Mr. Morris? Nothing?
Work with most of the updates as well.
Okay.
A couple of new items, but just things that we're working on currently. If you have some questions.
Great.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. County Attorney. Commissioners, anything from any of us?
No, sir.
Okay, that's good. Well, Chair would entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you all for your attendance.
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Dennis. I sent that language to Harmony, it's okay. I sent that language.
Good morning. We'll call the Hendricks County Regional Sewer District Board meeting to order. If you would all join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry. I passed out the agendas that Milo was so kind to leave on my desk. Milo will not be with us this morning. Determination of quorum, we've done that. Approval of the minutes from our May 12th meeting.
Move approval.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All those in favor of approving the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is a resolution of the 2026-04 Conflict of Interest Independent Contractor Agreement and Interlocal Agreement. This is all pertaining to our Mila and the position of being our executive.
Mr. President, move for approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second for the resolution approval. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That was, you know what, I skipped over the approval of the claims, I'm sorry.
Move for approval.
That's why I was confused.
Second.
All right, now we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of approving the claims, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And Mr. President, I came in Saturday evening and signed those at Milo's request.
Ah, thank you. Okay, now we're on to amendment number 6, task order number 1.
Yes. You know, as I've gotten my report, this is to add just the permit fees for the county legal drain crossing and encroachment permit, so once
They
we.
wouldn't waive their permit fees to us?
No. So,
Surveyor's office?
yes. So they, once we had the contractor selected, then we could fill in their information on that permit, get it submitted and confirm exactly their work limits and everything, so they've approved the permit, we just need to.
Need money to pay for it?
Yeah.
All right, and that's in the amount of the $4,125?
That's big, yeah.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Glad we got number 1 task order or amendment to, anyway.
I never heard it phrased like that.
Aaron, you're still up with
Yes.
some center point encroachment agreements.
Yep, so these were in our scope to put this agreement together. This is so that we wouldn't have to get a separate easement along County Road 1000. We're sharing an existing easement that CenterPoint owns, so they're letting us encroach, put the force main in their 50-foot easement, which is great. There's just a fee for paperwork with them per parcel.
38 pages for a.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think it's 3 pages, I believe, yeah,
All
per
right.
parcel, but yeah, so
Sign.
those,
I think.
and those fees we had already included in everything, so that.
right.
Mr. President, if I might.
Please.
Item number 13, is that clear to everyone?
Say that again.
This agreement agreeing no way grants consent for future encroachments. Are they aware of that?
For us, yes.
Everybody aware of it?
Yes, and Greg and I reviewed those together.
Are we aware of it?
Yes, it's saying that we can't come back and ask to put more sewer infrastructure in that same easement.
So
That's telling us,
Yeah.
this doesn't authorize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so even our contractor again go out there and just fumble around.
Right, correct,
I've seen that happen.
yes. So, those needed signed and notarized, I believe, so.
We've got a notary on standby, so is that something you're gonna wanna take with you? That'll need to get signed. Tanya will come back up.
I would
We're all-
like to, just so, basically, we've submitted the fees and everything, they just need that executed document to kind of close everything out.
Once
so.
we get the, wrap up the meeting, I'll run Tanya down and sign
But
it.
yeah, I'm happy to answer any other questions.
Encroachment
Right.
agreements, yeah.
Yeah.
Those need notarized, as does.
That's the only note.
We're the ones asking to encroach.
Correct.
So just so you know, these agreements are in favor of utility.
We are the
Utility
encroacher.
being the gas
I get it.
utility,
Right.
yes.
Because they're allowing us to encroach, but they're making sure that we're responsible for everything under the sun.
Sure.
Understood.
All right.
Exit 59, I-70, 39 update. Anybody wanna?
Sure.
Sandy does.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you. So not really any updates other than we haven't heard back from Clayton and Liston on the letters of interest that we sent to them. So I think Jim's gonna.
I have not, that I'm aware of, and Mila would have brought it to my attention had we received something.
So seeking permission to just follow up
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
and reach out, via phone and actually talk to someone there.
And I'll take the lead on that since
Okay.
I was the initial.
You made initial contact with them.
Yes, and then Mila brought to our attention a legal bill. We've reached out to the attorneys. They're gonna clear it up with Mila and review the bills. There may have been an error, so they'll clear that up with her directly.
Seemed a little odd, because it came only to me on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, so we've already contacted them to straighten that out. And also just wanted to get on everybody's radar that Aqua Indiana will be filing a rate case before the Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission. It does not impact Hendricks County Regional Sewer District customers at all, but you may get questions or calls about it because people are gonna be confused because they're gonna see Aqua Indiana in the news. So just wanted to make it clear in this public setting that doesn't impact any Hendricks County.
Nothing
Regional
related to
Sewer
Hendricks
District
County.
Thank you
Yeah.
for letting us know that.
Yes, and that's it. Thanks.
All right. American Structure Point.
There it is. You're skipping Kieran.
You need to give your report.
Shall
I?
I have nothing really to
I
add.
skipped that. See, I'm pretty lousy following the agenda.
Yeah, you're
Let's-
good.
Let's go backwards, and how about Aqua Indiana report?
I'll make it quick, nothing really to add to the report, other than rain's kind of keeping from hooking on, but hopefully that'll pick up. They're doing a lot of reviews, so we'll see some action here pretty soon. That's all I have.
See if I can
Yeah.
make any more errors. Now
We're
we'll go
good.
on to American Structure Point.
Continuing with several plan reviews, there's one project, Project Wolverine, that we're reviewing. That is gonna be more of a commercial industrial facility in the I-74 service area. It's for LabCorp. So we had a special call with them on their process. They have some cooling towers and things like that. So we're really kind of scrutinizing that development and how they're gonna connect and what they're gonna discharge to the sewer. So just heads up there. And then
That was clarification on what the byproduct is. Because they have some acid neutralization. So it's things that this system does not currently experience. And even with the discharge towers, and I think the blow down, the water discharge is not as significant as a data center or something like that. So, but this is something that I've been working with Karen and her team and working with LabCorp. So I think it'll work out at the end. It's just, we want to make sure we know, can tell operations what you're
getting.
yes, yep. Got several kind of just connection requests from individual homeowners, listed those there. Keeping the GIS up to date, and then lots of inspection, just with summer, lots of construction going on. And then the County Road 750 project on the second page. You should have pay up 1 in your packet as well for signature. Did you put that in there?
Maybe not, we'll see.
From the contractor. You see it? Yeah.
Might be on my desk. I have
Okay.
a lot of papers. Yeah, it's on my desk,
Okay.
so it is.
So,
I-
our.
That one just needed my signature.
Yeah, our inspector reviewed it, so that just means you'll start seeing a pay up every month now on that project. So
That
again,
one
that's-
doesn't need notarized, correct?
It does not,
It just
no.
needs my signature.
So again, that's coming out of that ARPA fund, so trying to obviously stay up with those pay apps and use that funding. And then just a note, I'm going out to St. Malachy today, this afternoon after the meeting, just to kind of review now that we're in construction, just talk with them about what to expect kind of around their property, because we are providing a gravity sewer stub to them, so they can get off of their private low pressure system to connect. But then, like I said, that force main will be coming down 1,000 along kind of that east frontage, of the church. Again, in the gas easement, but just kind of, I'll be meeting with Father Danda and just talking through the projects. And he asked for a meeting. And then I put on here, next meeting in July, we will have a change order for the project, and I brought this to your attention about temporary easements for construction. So it'll be adding some funds to the construction contract to cover those temporary easements. So you'll see that change order next month.
So they did come to an agreement that was with Mr. Starkey, correct?
Correct. So you'll see that. So just a heads up, but that's all I have.
Moving on to the financial report, Mila's provided us some good detail and gave us and I've not looked at it, but the ledger on I believe she mentions the ARPA funds ledger included in there, so.
Right.
We'll want to take a closer look at that as that project moves forward, and then maybe it's not going to be done this year, is that?
The latest schedule we got has it wrapping up like November.
All right.
They're gonna try to hit.
I think that's pretty important for us
Yes.
to ensure that we're able to use the funding and get it
Correct.
dispersed. I think it'll work.
So
That's
number
correct.
5, number 2 won't be an issue.
Well, it's not an issue today,
Hopefully not. Yeah. Great.
but that's, we're aware of it. We want to make sure that we're able to expend those dollars, and if not, then we would need to move those dollars so that they can be expended prior to.
That's correct. Yeah.
And probably, we should at least have a backup plan in the event we're not able to make the final payment to Eagle
Yeah.
Valley.
And if there's something you need me to provide you, I could, did we ask for like a cash drawdown?
We did.
We'll follow up on that from the contractor.
Does the contractor understand that there's some level of importance to us?
Yes.
Okay.
He is aware.
Mr. President, you're in that venue. From agriculture, have to work till the job is done. Can they do that?
Well, unless you incentivize them, no. You could pay them an incentive, but if they're telling us it's gonna be done now, then I would say we don't offer them an incentive, but that
Correct.
I wouldn't say that would be off the table.
Okay, right. That's what I was thinking. Thank you.
I mean, that is an option.
Yeah,
to-
thank you.
That particular
If they're gonna
contract-
burn extra labor or overtime manpower, they want to
Right.
be
Sure.
compensated
This,
for
this
it.
particular contractor's not gonna screw around with.
No, I'm familiar with them. They used to play in the same space as my brother-in-law, and they don't mess around.
Yeah.
There's a reason they've been in business for 45 or 50 years, right?
Yes.
Wet well is already set, they've already started on the main line, and that's the hardest part of the job. Their sub for the directional drilling will
It's gonna
probably
get
be,
started.
it's gonna be get started, so, I mean, they're not gonna screw around with it.
Good. Great. Very good.
Any wishes to be heard? Nobody excited about talking about wastewater?
I mean, we love
Can't understand. All right, nothing else for us. I will adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Should we bring them up to
Speed.
contractor?
Well, with
Yes.
you and I and he probably